Yo, it's very funny that I'm here at the Blue House in Seoul, South Korea. This is where the president used to live. Now he's in a different place, but this is like the equivalent to the White House in the United States. I got my map of the presidential grounds. I'm gonna make a little tour. While I'm on this tour, I just want to talk about, some people think that I am paid by the Korean government to spread propaganda about Korea. This place is about to close in about 30 minutes, so I better make this quick. For long-winded Francois, that might be impossible. A very disgruntled commenter on one of my videos left a very odd remark saying how Korea isn't perfect. You have to have something negative to say about the place. And of course, every country has bad things. Every country has good things. Why would I focus on all the bad things in a place when I can focus on all the good things that keep me living there? I was about to say, no one wants to hear negative things about a place, but there are tons of YouTubers who make a lot of money by bashing the country that they live in. So I guess I can't really say that. Cool. A lot of you know who have watched my channel, or who continue to watch my channel, that I've been living here in Korea for 14 years, and I absolutely love my time here. As a person who has lived here for 14 years, of course, I have seen some good things and I've seen a lot of bad things that happen. But as an American, comparing life in Korea versus life in America, I think life in Korea is infinitely much better for me than life in America. That being said, why would I make videos? Why would I proclaim all of the negative things that happen in Korea instead of the positive things? Really, is it the negative things that keep me here in Korea, or is it the positive things? Well, I really want to go up there, but there's no time. To come back another day. Yo, this is the presidential palace area. I guess I am a propagandist for Korea. I'm here at the Blue House having a tour, talking to you about if people think I'm a Korean propagandist or not. But seriously, think about this. If I worked for a company, Francois works for a supermarket, and Francois is the manager of a supermarket. The supermarket pays Francois. With that salary, Francois buys his food, clothing, and shelter. He buys water. He's also able to buy a lot of the things that he wants. He doesn't necessarily need, but a lot of the things that he wants. Plane tickets, vacations, things like that. Now, the supermarket isn't perfect. The supermarket has some customer service complaints. It has some complaints from, other supermarkets in the district, but these issues don't directly affect my employment at the supermarket. These issues are kind of secondary concerns. They don't directly affect me. So should I A, badmouth the company, the supermarket? Should I B, keep my mouth closed and only worry about things that directly and truly affect me? Or should I C, find something else to talk about? The other thing to talk about could be the positive things that happened at the supermarket. Yo, this looks cool. I don't know if I'm supposed to go this way, but I kind of want to go this way. Okay, I'm going to come back one day and actually do a video about the Blue House, because this place is immense and there are so many things to see. I can come here and spend like 3 hours just walking around. Okay, in all countries there are beautiful things, but Korea just has so many beautiful things that you can see, especially in Seoul. And I don't know if that analogy really made any sense, but to me, it made sense in my mind. That's why I said it. But yeah, I think if I were working at a supermarket and there were issues, I would keep my mouth shut. Issues directly affected me, then I would complain, but I wouldn't complain openly. Those problems and my complaints in-house, I would speak directly to the person who's over me, who's in charge of me, or who's in charge of the situation at the level where I am affected. Okay, this is like the main presidential area. I'm definitely coming back here to do a video. Yeah, I've been working and living in Korea for 14 years. And actually, like before I came here, I had only a few jobs. I don't usually change jobs very frequently. I was a supervisor at a supermarket for 2 years. And before that, I was like a cashier and a bagger for 6 years. Then I worked in France as like a teacher for 4 years. I don't switch jobs very often. And while I'm at those jobs, I definitely don't complain out loud about all of the bad things that are happening, because I understand where my food comes from. Can you imagine that you apply for a job and when you get that job, you complain about all of the things that happen at that job, but you're the one who applied to work at the job. The job didn't come looking for you. Or even if the job came looking for you, you're the one who accepted the position. Dang, look at that. Look at that. I remember working in France, I had one supervisor, she was terrible, the worst supervisor ever. She didn't really care that much about her employees. She would just waste our time. There are many things that she did. It just wasn't proper human behavior. And no matter how much I tried to empathize with her, I just couldn't understand why she would do some of the things that she did. The funny thing is that the other employees that worked with me under her supervision, they also said the exact same thing. So it wasn't just me. But instead of complaining, just complaining about the situation, I quietly contacted the central office and explained the situation in as courteous words as possible. I even talked to the supervisor about her bad behavior. But of course, I did it in a very nice and kind way so that I wouldn't hurt her feelings. Her behavior just continued, and it was the worst thing ever. It wasn't the worst thing ever. It was just really bad. But the thing is that after I finished the job, I didn't go and complain about the job being bad or how I didn't like this, I didn't like that. There was only one issue that I didn't like, and that was the supervisor. I knew how to differentiate and separate the supervisor's behavior from the actual job that I had to do. And plus, the job was paying me. So I'm not gonna say anything bad about the place because they're paying me. Francois needed the money. Okay, let's fast forward here to Korea. Francois has been here for a long time. Francois makes videos that only show the positive things that are happening in Korea. Why is that? Because Francois understands that Korea feeds him. Francois is not going to say anything to mess up his salary in this country. Let's just be real. But also at the same time, I don't want to bring all of that negative energy to the people who are watching my channel. Even if there were bad things that I wanted to talk about, and there aren't. I mean, of course, there are some things that happen in this country that are unsavory, but that's everywhere. And I don't want to speak about things that I don't have so much information on, and I don't want to be like a fear monger or a warmonger or anything like that. I just want to speak about things that are in my immediate sphere of influence that I can control and what I can be happy about. So I guess in a way that does make me a propagandist, but I'm a propagandist by default because I'm not the kind of person who wants to talk about negative things. I don't want that energy. I want to keep my peace, and I want people around me to be peaceful or to feel peace as well. Yeah, this water is still frozen. If you were living in a place and all of your food was taken care of, your lodging was taken care of, and all of your clothes were taken care of, the ability to travel, to leave the country, to re-enter the country in a nice, safe environment where there's hardly any kind of like major crimes with knives or guns. There are some with knives, but that's very few and far between, but definitely nothing with guns in the public sector. I should say, if you were in this situation, would you speak negatively about it? Like seriously, what would you do? Would you go on the internet and lambaste this place that is giving you all of these wonderful perks for you to live and to have a happy life? Like why? I don't understand, for the love of me. Why would I come on YouTube and say, oh my God, I'm living in Korea. Korea is hell. There's problems with education. There's problems with sometimes people are too crammed on the subway. This may be the case. It may be the case. How does it make you feel? How do you think it makes me feel when I have to talk about these things? There are already people who are dealing with these situations and they work in the government. And you can say whatever you want about the government. I'm not political. It's their job to handle these problems. They're not directly affecting me. And until they directly affect me, I don't feel like I need to talk about them. And even then, I don't need to talk about them because those are Korean societal issues that are for Koreans and for the Korean government to solve. I can throw my 2 cents in behind the scenes, but I don't need to publicly come out and try to fix Korea. Korea's been here for a long time, like thousands of years, and it's gonna be here for however many thousands of years left, you know, in human history or whatever. So it's been able to survive on its own. It's been able to fix its problems without me being here, without me interjecting my very small amount of Korean cultural knowledge, Korean history, and Korean political understandings. It's been able to survive, it's been able to thrive, and it will continue to do so without me. I don't need to give any negative input about the country, what it needs to fix, or the problems that it has. It's gonna be okay. Korea will be okay. If there's one thing that I can't complain about Korea, that is Incheon Airport. Every time I think that I want to leave this country and like move to a different place, I always land in Incheon Airport and I'm reminded of how easy it is for me to enter this country. I don't have to stand in long passport lines because I have a card, resident card here, so I can just go through the same line that other Koreans go through. In just like 2 seconds, I'm through. And the airport is so clean. When I get out of the airport, or let's just stay in the airport. In the airport, it's easy to get to the transportation to move around the country, not Seoul, the country. There are airport limousines that can take you to many different cities around the country. I'm reminded of the convenience of this country. I'm reminded of the safety of this country. I'm reminded of the good quality of food that's available in this country, comparatively speaking to the United States. And just the ease of livability. I don't even know if that's a phrase, ease of livability, ease of life. I can say. I also think that, and this is another video topic, like the average person here in Korea, and I'm the average person, the happiness index, I've said this before, the happiness index is higher than it is in the United States when I lived in the United States and when I lived in France. There are just many things that you can do here, and you can always find affordable food. Of course, this is not for everyone, but there's always going to be some economic, gaps in any society that you live in, I think, as far as I know from my experience. But I know that people love drama. People love to listen to negative things. I think it's because it makes their life seem like better than another person. I make a video about the negative things in Korea. Of course, it's gonna get a lot of views. The positive videos don't get a lot of views because people don't want to see other people happy, I think. My being happy here in Korea and reporting my happiness on my YouTube channel makes me a propagandist, then yeah, I'm a propagandist. And you know what? I'm happy to be one. I've been afforded an opportunity that a lot of people in the world don't have, and that is to travel around the world, to live in one of the greatest countries ever, to live in the greatest city ever, still waiting for someone to prove me wrong, to not only live here, but I get to teach young minds that are going to influence the development of this country. I'm in a very prime position in my life that a lot of people could only dream of. No one could fathom this. Who would think, a boy from Atlanta, Georgia, who grew up in the hood, in the projects. A lot of people don't think that, but I did. I grew up in the projects, even if it wasn't for forever, but I still was in the hood. And now I'm here in Korea, a doctor, influencing young minds who are going to lead this country in the future. There's a guy who lived in Korea. I think he's still here. He's from some country in Africa, maybe Kenya or someplace, I can't remember, but his name is Sam. And he was one of the rising stars, one of the rising foreigners in Korea. And he was everywhere. He's an African guy. And, he made some remarks about Korea that weren't very sensitive. And now you can't find him anywhere. You cannot see this guy on any advertisements or any kind of major movies or anything like that. He's gone. And it's because he forgot, I said this before, he forgot who fed him. Never ever forget that. And as I said, I don't say good things about Korea just because I'm paid here, but you also have to watch out for yourself. You have to protect your livelihood, and just lambasting Korea about things that aren't in my control, that I can't affect, I don't have any power over, is not a smart move for my spirit, and it's not a smart move for my pockets either. Okay, so that's it. I'm a propagandist for Korea. I didn't realize it until now, but I guess I am. And I'm going to continue to be a propagandist for Korea until I leave this country, whatever that may be. If you're coming to this channel and you're wondering why Francois is always saying positive things about Korea, propaganda. Definitely propaganda. Okay, that's it. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for watching the video. Thanks for coming on this propaganda ride. I am going to make sure that everyone knows about all the good things about Korea for as long as I can. Again, thanks a lot for watching, and I want to give a shout out to my channel members, Coco Cook and Nagada. Thanks a lot for supporting my videos, helping me to make these wonderful experiences in Korea for everyone to see. I love you guys. Make sure you stay hydrated. Love your loved ones wherever they are, like Francois loves you. And as always, hopefully, I think I'll see you in the next one. Take care, guys. Peace. Boom. Wow. Really amazingly beautiful here. It's gorgeous. It's very serene. And this is January, mid-January. Wait until March when the cherry blossoms come. Oh my goodness.